Yo, what's good with y'all? It's your boy John Smooth. I'm here to make this video. What is God, right? And God could be basically, you know, basically like the sun, the moon, the stars, nature, the invisible forces that connect all life, right? Air, the water, the fire, the earth, the sound, the light. All these invisible forces that connect all life, that's God, right? Adding on to another point, these lights, moon souls, sun souls, these lights have basically given us all a piece of light, air, earth, water. It's given everyone a piece of these invisible forces to be able to understand and honor and respect all life, right? Let's get back to the video. Nature gets the light, gets the air, gets the sound, etc. to where it is needed so people can explain things, people can come to an understanding, people can grow, and the light will go to where it is needed for it to be properly explained for the benefit of all. This is the light, and it's very divine. We need to honor the light. Let's get back to the video. And modernly, there have been evil representatives of these invisible forces, but you know, there have been people like myself that can explain these invisible forces and explain how it's connected with us and explain how we can use it positively for all life, right? The sun and the moon, if there is a God, there is the final decider. It's the sun and the moon, right? And because these things give life to everything. There's not one thing that you see physically that would be able to animate itself or be able to live, breathe without the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon literally give life to everything that we see. So if there is a God, it is the sun and the moon, because let's look at the moon. They say the moon, but yeah, going back to the point, going back to the video, they say the moon controls the tides, controls the waters, controls where the moisture goes. And yes, that is very correct. The sun and the moon basically gets all the waters, the dew, the nutrients needed for plants. Because when the moon's out, it's bringing moisture to the plants needed for everything to grow, provide oxygen, provide life force energy for all life to live, plants, animals, humans. This is what the moon does. It controls the rivers, the seas, the waters, and it flows everything to where it needs to flow for everything to grow. And the sun, it's the light. The sun is the light. It's the thing that brings light to where light needs to go for life to grow. And this is God, the sun, the moon, nature, and God is all life, all animals, all plants working in harmony. That's God as one unified team, all on the same team, growing nature together, all life, all plants, all animals. That's God. They try to show God as one individual. In my opinion, like, the frequency or the energy of, say, someone like Jesus, or going back to the point, there were Jesus characters in every culture that basically rebelled tyranny. So every race has divinity, nature, light within them, and are needed to understand nature. Well, let's get back to the video. Every race has light, divinity within them, that the evil tax spenders, evil resource spenders that have been running the world since 1492, this part of the world, since 1492, they have been, they have been giving, like, let's say, Trump and Biden, for example, they act like they're enemies on TV, and the masses go against each other, but these individuals are all giving their population an idea or understanding of God that makes their race feel more superior, or makes their divinity feel more superior. But all divinity, all life is divine and needed for nature to grow. So all these ideas of trying to falsely, like, put the light and all these things where they need to go, the light and the moon would naturally flow and get these things to where they need to go. So honoring nature, honoring the sun, honoring the moon, honoring the people that stand for nature, sun, and moon, that would be the best idea of finding God on this planet. Honoring, but basically all have life, divinity within them that has been misused, misguided, mistreated by governments for profit, and then the mistreatment blamed on other races, when we should be blaming the tax spenders for misusing races and life. But let's get back to the video. Bob Marley or Dr. Sebi, that's the energy that can basically be looked at like, oh, this is high energy. Or the energy needed to be respected for all life to properly grow and understand and come to an understanding, love, unity, things like that. High energy, right? Because they basically stand for truth. They stand for, the sun, the moon, and because the modern depictions of understanding nature, these people that they say are God, these modern depictions of understanding nature, it really isn't God, because when we look at these depictions, they are sometimes blaming another race for the conditions of the planet, or putting down another race for the conditions of the planet, like Adolf or something. But the real problem are tax spenders basically putting these evil depictions of celebrities, of politicians, or these people that they give us on how to be wealthy, the idea to live. It is a terrible idea because they don't value nature, they don't value life. But let's get back to the video. I mentioned celebrities, politicians, because they have lots of green, they have lots of money, and this is people's idea of how to live and how to be happy, how to be wealthy. But a lot of the times these politicians, these celebrities aren't even happy. Well, let's get back to the video. Of politicians, of beings, and in writing and all these different stuff, deciding, they're basically forging themselves in the place of what the sun and the moon is supposed to naturally do, without all the paperwork, without all the confusion of, oh, I'm better, oh no, none of that. It all is good when the sun and the moon are honored and looked at as the controlling, narrating forces of all life. Sun and the moon. But yeah, that's it for the video. What is God? Put your faith, trust into nature, in my opinion. Don't put your faith, trust into false examples of nature. That's why I like, because God can be basically nature. Sun, moon, nature. Basically. So, stand for those people that are properly representing these lights, properly representing nature, properly representing humanity. And this is God. All life working as one. All life working as a team. And yes, it is John smoothing them out. What is God? Explained. Peace.